Hey everybody, Brad Johnson here, and I have another exciting video for everybody today. And this video is all about, should I love myself and others? Now, me getting started in the entire spiritual journey, inner journey, altogether, I was looking into a lot of the metaphysical community. And one of the most common things, what people believe is their greatest state of liberation for them to achieve, is to completely get into an alignment of loving yourself and completely getting into the alignment of loving others, right? You got to love yourself, no matter what happens, just love yourself and just love others, and you're going to ascend, right? And that's the common advice, the common philosophy for the New Age community, for the metaphysical community. Well, let's look at that, all right? When you're working with yourself, it is very, very important that we are working with love energy. Yes, that love energy is coming through and you are reinforcing yourself, and you're taking that love energy, just like what you've learned in the BCR technique, the TC technique, the black ball technique as well too. And you're taking that love energy, and it's like you're scrubbing yourself clean, right? You're going up into a higher degree of love, and you're looking down and saying, hey, here's all that debris down there. I now have all this love energy to clear all of that out completely. And so therefore you do it day by day. Like I said, do the 30-day BCR TC technique challenge, and you'll feel amazing, okay? I've done it, and it works, okay? Hearing other people doing it, and it works for them as well too. But now let's get into the point of self-love. About saying, you just gotta love yourself. You just gotta bring love to yourself, and it's very important that you love yourself, because then that's what's gonna bring you into higher ground. No. You don't have to love yourself at all. And when I say that, it's almost like there's a big sigh here saying, Brad, are you serious? I don't have to love myself? Not one bit. All right? Really what this is coming down to is that you want to have love kind of like you would have an elixir, right? If I was having a bottle right here, it says it's pure 100% love energy. I'm drinking it down. I'm working with the body physically, emotionally, mentally, and clearing out all of that debris. Afterwards, I come into center. So now that I have come into center, I have absolutely no ill feelings towards myself. I have absolutely no ill feelings towards anybody else. That's it. That's where you want to be. It is not about taking yourself out on dates. It's not about buying yourself a big bouquet of roses. It's not about you writing a bunch of love letters to yourself. If you want to do that, then go ahead. But that's not what it's about, okay? This is where I see practically almost everybody I know that is involved with their own inner journey is saying, I just got to love myself. I just got to love myself. No, you don't. No, you don't. All you have to do is come into your center. What you are learning to do here is to become harmless, right? You are harmless to yourself, and you are harmless to others. That's it. You work with love energy to bring yourself into a state of neutrality. Here's a circle right here, and here you are in the center of that circle. That's all you got to do, right? So when you start working with love energy to correct yourself, you've moved into those pure states of correction. You're now in the center of the circle. You are now harmless. You are now in harmony, right? So it goes from harmfulness to harmony, or being harmless. And so, a lot of this talk about self-love, about I have to love myself, and I gotta love myself so much, it turns into arrogance, and it turns into egotism. Because what happens, and I've seen many people walk down this path, is when they walk down a very strong sense of self-love, they get really offended when another person doesn't love them or doesn't really show them that respect to the love and respect they have for themselves. What this does is this creates implosion. This is what causes people to have boundaries. This is what causes people to have barriers. And saying, okay, I got to put up these healthy boundaries. There is no such thing as a healthy boundary. Okay? Boundaries are conditional. And you're letting someone know that, oh, if you don't love me like I love you, you step over that boundary, I'm going to tear you apart. I'm going to cancel you out. I'm going to subscribe to cancel culture. And I'll cancel you out if you even think of stepping over that boundary. Because you don't love me like I love myself. Right? You don't respect me like I respect myself. And this is a bunch of nonsense. Right? It's not about self-love. It's about centering. It's about being harmless. So, as you've learned, many of you that are on with my channel, that are subscribed, you've learned that through the BCR technique, all you're doing is you're building up love energy within yourself to put it to work, okay? You're not just filling yourself up with love. You want to make sure that you're taking that love energy and you're putting it to work, right? You can certainly store it into yourself because you may feel that you have some triggers to go through today. And now you're using the TC technique and bringing in a lot of that stored love and taking care of business, so to speak, with those triggers that may come up, right? But it's not about feeling that you have to be so unbelievably head over heels in love with yourself that is going to bring you into higher dimensionality or whatever else the New Age stuff is talking about, okay? It's not about self-love, right? Just be in the center of the circle. Just be in harmony. Do no harm. You are not concerned anymore if a person does not agree with you. You are not concerned anymore for persons being aggressive with you or being conflicting with you in any way because you've been working day by day through the BCR TC technique to completely clear away all of those things. You've risen above them. You've gone way past them now. But it's not about establishing self-love, right? Because that actually becomes much more of a sabotage. That becomes much more of a conditioning and an egotism more than anything else. The second thing, that again is the common misconception, is that we have to love others. No, you don't. You do not have to love yourself, and you do not have to love others. Now, that's not saying that you're being completely and totally, a jerk to them or anything of that nature. But again, this comes back into harmony. This comes back into being harmless. So, you basically, and I get this a lot too with people. Like, just over the years, I've seen that, Brad, you're so wrong about all these things, but I love you, but you're wrong, and I'm not going to talk to you again. Right? We get into that state and saying, I love you, but you're an asshole. I love you, but you're a complete and total jerk. Again, this is New Age programming, okay? And it's very, very harmful. Because again, regardless of whether you're loving yourself or whether you're loving others, you're again just going back into a program, okay? When you talk to a lot of the masters in the Far East, some yogis, some gurus, etc., people who have really done the true inner work, they don't love you at all, right? So they'll go up to you and say, oh, great, master, do you love me? And I say, no, I don't know you. Why would I love you? But I'm completely at peace with everything that you are because I see myself through you. But I'm not in love with you. I'm not going to write you love letters. I'm not going to write you, I'm not going to throw a bunch of bouquet of flowers your way. But I have absolutely no problem with you whatsoever. I'm at peace with who you are. I'm at my center with who you are. Okay? I'm in harmony. I'm feeling harmless. I would never attack you. I would never judge you. But no, I'm not in love with you. And I don't have love for you. But I see you as I see myself. I'm in harmony. I'm in the center of my circle. That's it. That is the true way. This is what completely dissolves away your belief systems. It is going into the silver lining. It's the silver lining agreement, right? Here it is, love to self, love to others, right? Service to self, service to others. Throw all that away. You're in the center. You're in the silver lining. Whenever there are two paths that unfold before you, go into the middle path, because that is the balance point. That's the 0 point. That's the harmony. That's you sitting in the center of the circle. As a matter of fact, if many of you were to go to the east and you would sit with these masters, you might find them to be very boring and very dull, right? Because they're not here, they're not skipping around, they're not throwing around flower petals, they're not playing ukuleles or tubas or anything like that to basically try and enrich themselves because they're trying to love themselves. No, they are very quiet people. They may appear very dull, right? You know, you really can't get that much action out of them. They're just sitting, and they're just with God, and they're completely in harmony, right? That is the key. It is not about you loving yourself, and it is not about you loving others. It is about being completely in harmony, completely in the center of your circle, and just to do no harm to yourself or to others. You are neutral. Right? That's the key. You're at the center here. You're in the silver lining. You're the silver surfer, so to speak. All right? You're in that state of silver. And that's where you want to be. So when I say that you're just neutral, does that mean, oh, I can't love anybody? You can absolutely send them love because you may feel that that's something that they may require. Right? So love is being sent to them, because sometimes they might request it, or just sometimes you may feel it, and you're sending them love. That's great. But again, you're not saying, I have to completely fall in love with this person. You're not going to fall in love with that person. There's some people here on this planet that are complete and total jerks. Right? You're not going to really fall in love with that person. But what you're doing is you're clearing away any animosity, any conflict, any harshness that you feel that person represents to you. Because here's the thing. There are no others. There's nobody else here. There's only you. Whenever you have a problem with the reflection of yourself, you're seeing the vulnerabilities and the chaos and the conflict within you. So you're clearing that out, right? It all just comes back to you. And all you're doing is just being at peace with yourself, being in harmony with yourself, being harmless. I'm being harmless. I'm in my center. I don't need to love a whole bunch of people here on this planet, because I have no problem with them anyways. They're harmless to me. I'm harmless to them. And that's it, right? So yes, we can always send love. We can always share love with others if we are being drawn to that. But not putting so much pressure upon yourself where you feel that you have to love every single person, because you're not, right? Simply as that. Like I said, you may just see a person saying, I don't feel like I could love this person. No. But I have absolutely no problem with them. I have no conflict with them. I have no qualms with them. There is nothing harmful about them that's coming to me. They simply are, as I simply am. Good. Now you get it. Now you're in the center of the circle. Now you're the silver surfer, right? This is what it's all about. Do not concern yourself about loving yourself or loving others. Just be in your center of the circle. Do no harm. Be at peace with everything that you are. Use love energy when it is needed to bring yourself into a state of correction, or to graciously give it to another person, because that too will assist. But it's not about having to love yourself or another. Just be harmless. Just be in harmony. Just be in the center of the circle. Just be in the silver. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck, and of course check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.